G'day everyone, Obi2 here, bringing you something different today than my usual fare. I wanted to share some subtle things I noticed in the new trailers and posters for the upcoming Rise of Skywalker movie. I'm super excited by the thought of a new Star Wars movie coming out. As you can tell by my name here, I'm a huge Star Wars fan. And probably, like many of you, I'm also hopeful it'll live up to the hype, without too many downsides and issues we saw in some of the other later movies. The franchise has an absolutely rich history and could really use a movie that ties it all together in one awesome finale. So fingers crossed that's what we get. So recently I was watching one of the previews and I noticed what looked like the outline of Yoda next to Kylo and Rey in a battle scene. Maybe it's just my eyes playing tricks on me, but I wouldn't put it past Disney to airbrush out key details so they don't give away some of the plot. If you look to the right of Rey in that poster there, you can see what I'm talking about. It's just a faint outline, and I looked at it, I measured it up based on the other two characters in the shot. The height is right, the shape seems pretty consistent. I mean, you can see what look like the ears of Yoda right there, the head size is right. So it got me thinking. I started wondering if there were other hidden Easter eggs and things, little details in the posters as well. So I pulled up some of the posters and I had a close look and things just started jumping out at me. Again, could just be pareidolia, where your eyes see faces and people in random patterns. Then again, there seem to be a lot of them. So check it out. In this pretty cool poster, I zoomed in and adjusted the color to try and bring out some of the background details. And what looks a lot like the iconic outline of Darth Vader just jumped out at me. It's dead center of the poster, which is, that's interesting in itself. It's under Palpatine, so just like he was his apprentice, he's subservient to Palpatine. He's above Rey and Kylo, almost looking down on their battle, and you can just see there actually looks like there's another person standing behind him and to the right as well. I'm not sure who that could be. Maybe that's Obi Wan, or perhaps it's someone else. I'm not sure, but have a look at that. You can see Darth Vader there. It looks like he's outlined. The size is right. The shape is right. And I swear it looks like he's holding something in his hand there. I'm not sure what that is. Let me know what you think that is. If we look to the right and near Kylo, there also appears to be more figures there. I've got a big arrow pointing to a group of them, but above that small arrow, if you have a look, there looks to be two more characters there. Now, I zoomed in on it. I couldn't make out who they were in terms of facial expressions, their detail, but I looked at the height differential between the two, and if they are there, the two on the far right look just like Han and Leia in terms of their height differences. So it kind of makes sense too, because they're on the right of Kylo, they're his parents, so wouldn't put it past Disney to subtly put them in there. Perhaps we're going to see something from that in the movie. So then I pulled up this poster. I zoomed in again, took a look around. Didn't see a lot, except for one thing on the left. It looks like Yoda's in it again. So is this another reference to Yoda? And he's hidden in the background. If it's him, if he's there, and it is subtle, he's very large and very prominent, which indicates that he may be playing a big role in this upcoming movie, which to me makes sense. Disney have teased us with the revelation that Palpatine is coming back. The title of the movie implicitly suggests that there are Skywalker or multiple involved in this grand finale, and it got me to thinking, everything in Star Wars is about balance. We talk about the balance of the Force and restoring the balance. So I went back and I thought about the protagonists, I thought about the heroes and who balances who, and I came up with this. Luke was the balance for Darth Vader. They battled, very evenly matched. Rey is the balance for Kylo. Again, you see them battling in all of these last three movies. Obi Wan, from my point of view, was the balance for Anakin. They fought to a standstill, and while Anakin was said to be the chosen one and had way more, potential in the Force, Obi-Wan was wise and used it effectively, and he went up against Anakin and they fought to a standstill, and he actually, you could say that he beat Anakin. Then there's Palpatine, which leaves the most menacing the biggest grandiose bad guy there is throughout the entire... We now find out he's in all of them. So he's been there all along, pulling the strings. It's his machinations. Who is his balance? It's got to be Yoda. They fought to a standstill. Yoda, this little old, small guy, everyone would underestimate. You know, remember that classic scene where he walks in and he hobbles in slowly, and then he drops his walking stick and bang, he turns into the master Jedi of all Jedis. He is the balance for Palpatine. I can't see anybody else being the balance, and so it just makes sense. So then you think, okay, but Yoda was the Force Ghost. How can he come back and take on Palpatine? Well, there's two things there. Firstly, even as a Force Ghost, we've already seen him interact in the real world. We saw him summon lightning from the sky and set fire to the Jedi tree without breaking a sweat. You know, he's still educating Luke, who everyone is seeing as the Master Jedi now, but Yoda's still there, he's still wiser, he's still more powerful, and he's shown in number 8, The Last Jedi, we've just been given a hint that he has some powers that we haven't seen come to fruition yet. He's still involved in this. And Yoda too is really, he's the perfect summation of what Star Wars is about. He is iconically the metaphor for the rebellion. He's small, he's old, he doesn't look like he would be this great grandmaster of the Jedi, and yet he is. He is imbued with the Force, and he, like the rebellion, is going up against these incredible odds, these overwhelming numbers, massive firepower. I mean, the rebellion is fighting an uphill battle, and that's what Yoda is. He's this little guy fighting against the big guy, like Rocky Balboa. And it just perfectly sums up Star Wars, and I can see that being the ribbon on the icing on the cake, the ribbon on the present. So it'll be very interesting to see if Yoda is in this last one, has a big part to play, and maybe he's not physically fighting Palpatine, but I think that he's going to have a bigger role than we all suspected. And I think these little things that seem to be in the poster, seem to be hidden in the previews. I think that I'm not seeing things, and he really is going to be coming back, and I'm so excited about it. So let me know what you think. Let me know if I'm just seeing things, if my eyes are playing tricks on me, and give us your thoughts down below. Obi-2 out.